Hey, Takahakajashi. We need an idea for an anime. I don't know if you have any ideas for what kind of audience we should appeal to.
Fuck, who watches anime?
Losers.
Holy shit. You're right. Let's make the main character a loser.
And then what?
He dies.
Okay.
And then he responds as a cool guy.
My god, Takahakajashi, we've done it. Hey, what's good, everybody? It's Culture Boy Tellum, aka I Have No Friends, aka Young Jeezy, aka the son of Titty Man. I'm gonna operate under the assumption that you understood what the shitty skit is getting at and save you some of the details on how shitty isekai is. But I've read a lot of stinky dog shit manga, and more than half that stinky poo-poo happens to be isekai. And guess what? That time I was reincarnated as a slime is. The anime has all the tropes. You got elf bitches, reincarnated bitches, overpowered main characters, the world is a video game but not really, and it's fucking great. Wait. What? Alright, before we get into that, what the fuck is the story? That time I was reincarnated as a slime follows the life and death of some Japanese guy who wakes up in another world. You know, the plot for every fucking isekai. Anyways, as his life is flashing before his eyes, Siri begins responding to his pre-death desires. He wakes up in another world as, you guessed it, a sentient massive seaman. Alexa teaches him about his powers, most notably Predator, a skill that allows him to absorb the powers of anything he eats. He wanders around the cave he spawned in and stumbles upon a dragon death god who seems a little too into our protagonist. He eats him and leaves the cave to wander the amazing RPG world we see in every other fucking anime. This anime definitely has its shortcomings. However, it's in the skill Predator and its main character that sets it apart from its peers. Where most protagonists hide random shit like their strength and such, this main character actually realizes that makes no fucking sense. You're not going to be cucked every episode hoping the main character whips out his powers in front of everyone. You'll hide things like being a dumbass and such because that would tarnish his reputation as a leader, and that makes sense. But beside him being a chill dude, the sense of progression is what really sucks in all the well-deserved attention. Seeing Slime Boy have the potential to absorb the powers of literally anything in the series excites the viewer. It's the same sense of satisfaction as leveling up and becoming OP in a video game. And on top of that, you get to see this walking cum stain and his band of dipshits build a society from the ground up. The characters are pretty hit or miss. I mean, out of the whole cast, I only like a handful of them and feel indifferent to the rest. First, we have the main character. Besides randomly signing contracts like a kid creating a WoW account, he actually thinks of what he can do to benefit himself, and I actually like that. I also really dig the ongoing porn joke throughout the series. Which serves to humanize the main character. Generally, we have these weird-ass caricatures of what a human is like. For example, teenagers who refuse to have sex with busty adult women. That's unrealistic, whereas this character just wants to delete his porn as his dying wish. Next, we have the goblins. Who the fuck cares about goblins? Their designs are completely ordinary and their personalities are just cut and paste. I can't for the life of me remember anyone but Gobita, but I have to say I do like Goblin Titty. Then there's the ogres who are all pretty tight and have personalities unlike their goblin counterparts, and they had a lot of plot.
God damn, I better suck the pubes off my balls. What the fuck?
Everyone excluding the dogs are extremely forgettable and at times downright unlikable. Let's move on. This and Goblin Slayer are probably the best looking shows out right now. The action scenes are all animated really nicely and there's a nice attention to detail throughout the show. They don't choose to put their budget into just the fights, they put effort into little things, and that's what makes this a good series. I was actually really surprised on how good they did on the music. I couldn't get my grubby brown fingers on the OST, so just trust me when I say they nailed it. There's this Pokemon theme, there's emotional tracks, and there's a good variety. Each scene has an appropriately fitting song. Aesthetically, this show is doing everything right so far. I don't know if it's because I'm impatient or something, but this series moves at the pace of a donkey with AIDS. Like, even in the manga, seeing Slime Boy name the goblins for the second time just felt redundant and dragged out to me. Also, the fight scenes all seem super inconsequential. Like, there's no stakes riding on any of these fights. We know the main character is just gonna fuck what's in front of him, so what's the point? Even in the manga, all the villains were so incredibly drab and gray and just easily forgotten they might as well have never existed. It would be cool to see one of the villains put Slime Boy in an ultimatum and killed one of the main cast. Something needs to be threatening. And my final complaint. Why? Just why? He's almost in his fucking 40s. Why does he choose to be an androgynous little trap? What sense does that make? You're a slime fused with an infinitely intelligent AI. Give yourself a dick. That's all. That time I was reincarnated. Fuck. The story doesn't try to reinvent the wheel. In fact, it reuses and borrows a lot of ideas and trends from other shows. But in the words of Todd Howard,
all of this just works. It's not, I'm not kidding.
It just works. Although the story is lacking a good villain, the true excitement comes from the anticipation of what's going to happen next. I actually find myself getting excited at the evolution of Slime Boy even though I'm seeing it all for the second time. While I'd like to see a deep story, it's perfectly fine that that's not what we're getting here. The show is fun and nice as fuck to look at. That time I was reincarnated. The goddamn story gets an 8 out of goddamn motherfucking suck-cucking 10. So if you have the chance, do yourself a favor and check it out. Alright, that's it. If you made it this far, thank you for watching. Subscribe to support black businesses. Leave a like if you enjoy it. I'm recording this at 5 AM so I don't fucking wake mommy up screaming about goblin titties. Good night, guys.